When we see farmland in the countryside, we think of people working in harmony with nature to grow our food. But what you may not know is that farm fields emit greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, gases that contribute to global warming. Hundreds of years ago, Canadian settlers were encouraged to pull up trees to clear the land for farming. Ever since then, tree populations have been on a steady decline. Today, it's well known that trees are good for the environment, and agroforestry experts are now encouraging farmers to plant trees in their fields. Trees are nature's filter. They remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and contribute oxygen to the air that we breathe. And trees filter harmful impurities that enter groundwater. In this video and the chapters that follow, you'll see how Canadian scientists are quantifying the ability of trees to mitigate the release of greenhouse gases from farm fields. This information didn't exist until now within the context of agroforestry land use in Canada. The research project focuses on tree-based intercropping systems. Trees are planted in rows, and farm crops are grown in the alleys between the rows of trees.
My name is Andy Gordon. I'm a professor in the School of Environmental Sciences at the University of Guelph. I'm also the director of the university's Agroforestry Research and Development Program. The current project that we're working on is attempting to evaluate the use of intercropping systems to mitigate the production of greenhouse gases such as methane and nitrous oxide. And for this particular research project, I'm the senior principal investigator, and so I interact with all of the other researchers and scientists on this program, helping them in their various research endeavors and discussing ideas and hypotheses with them.
The research project is funded by Canada's Agricultural Greenhouse Gases Program. Dr. Naresh Thethithasan manages the project.
The Canadian government identified 4 major areas of the agricultural sector under the Agriculture Greenhouse Gas Program. These areas are the livestock sector, the cropping systems, water use efficiency, and agroforestry. We received funding for the tree-based intercropping system research under the agroforestry stream.
Canada is a founding member of the Global Research Alliance, an international organization dedicated to solving some of the world's biggest problems.
The Agriculture Greenhouse Gas Program is Canada's contribution towards Global Research Alliance's effort to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions from the agricultural sector. There are 6 universities involved. University of Guelph is the lead university. We have University of Toronto involved in this project, Sherbrooke University, Laval University, McGill, and University of Alberta. There are 6 universities. We have about 10 graduate students involved across these universities, and about 14 researchers are involved across Canada.
Here at the University of Guelph, intercropping research got its start in 1987, when 2-year-old trees were first planted at this site.
So this makes these trees 29 years old. And in the early stages of the research, we were very much interested in the effects that the crop had on the tree. As the trees aged, we became very much interested in the effects that the trees had on the crop. So the project was set up initially with 10 species of trees, 3 crops, corn, bean, and weeds, 2 row spacings, 12 meters and 15 meters, and 6 soil types, all possible combinations. So I think that this is probably the largest randomized complete block design experiment in the entire world. And the fact that it has trees in it that are 29 years of age and that we've been monitoring for all this time gives us an excellent opportunity to look at certain things such as the accumulation of carbon in both soils and trees.
When they chose the different tree species for the site, they selected trees with a range of growth rates.
We wanted fast-growing trees like hybrid poplar and more slow-growing trees like black walnut. We also wanted ones that were economically very valuable and ones that weren't worth as much, so that we could use these to develop economic models basically to help us determine which trees might actually be the best intercrop trees to use.
At the intercropping research sites in Quebec, the trees are younger and smaller. Dr. Robert Bradley manages this part of the research project at Sherbrooke University.
Donc, c'est un peu pour changer le paradigme de l'agriculture au Québec, où pour plusieurs décennies, ce qu'on a fait, c'est qu'on a coupé des arbres, puis on a planté des champs de maïs mur à mur. Donc ici, on a une nouvelle façon de cultiver la terre qui permet de récolter des bénéfices économiques ainsi qu'environnementaux. Donc le projet a pris sa naissance en 2004 avec la participation des universités McGill, l'Université Laval, l'Université de Sherbrooke et l'Université de Montréal par le biais de l'IRBV. Et depuis ce temps-là, nous avons récolté plusieurs données. Aujourd'hui, ce que nous avons fait, c'est on a installé, si vous voulez regarder ici, donc ça, c'est une placette échantillonnage par laquelle on peut mesurer la température du sol avec des sondes. On peut mesurer l'humidité du sol avec des sondes TDR et on mesure également les émissions de gaz à effet de serre à 2 profondeurs. Et ça fait suite à des données que nous avons récoltées en 2007-2008 qui ont démontré que, effectivement, lorsqu'on a la présence d'arbres dans des champs, on peut diminuer par 2/3 les émissions d'oxyde nitreux, qui est un des gaz à effet de serre les plus importants liés à l'agriculture au Québec.
Dr. Gorton says collaborating with other researchers gives the project a larger scope and more value.
We have a research partner at the University of Alberta as well, Dr. Robert Grant, and he's a computer modeler. And so with a graduate student, he has been looking at data that we have supplied him and that Dr. Bradley has supplied him, and is actually using different types of models to project into the future how much carbon can be sequestered, how many greenhouse gases or which types of greenhouse gases can be mitigated, etc.
Providing all this information to farmers is a key element of the research project. Dr. Thethothasan says they're channeling their research results in 2 directions.
One, to the Global Research Alliance through scientific publications. 2, we are also working with non-governmental organizations who are working closely with the farming communities, such as the Ontario Soil Crop and Improvement Association in Ontario, the Young Farmers Clubs in the province of Quebec, so that the research findings reach to a wider audience, especially to the farming communities.
Farmers need answers to questions they have about tree-based intercropping. This research provides science-based information about the effects that trees may have on farm crops and how farmers can reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In the following chapter, you'll see researchers at the University of Guelph excavating a tree to determine the amount and the distribution of carbon above and below the ground. For more information about tree-based intercropping systems, contact the Agroforestry Research and Development Group at the University of Guelph. And for information in French, contact the Biology Department at the University of Sherbrooke.